So can you tell me a bit about the balance forecast? What is this graph?
This is the energy direct debit cycle. You start to build up the amount of credit you've got until the middle of November, when you are in the maximum amount of credit, and you want to be. You've stored it up like a squirrel scoring up its nuts in order to be able to eat them when you're hibernating in the winter.
For Octopus, every customer that's on a normal tariff, we do a personalised version of that so they can see the extent to which they're paying too much, too little, they've got too much credit or too little credit. It's called the balance forecaster. It's well worth checking.
I can't play favourites, but I love the idea of a personalised sine curve.
So this is for people who pay by direct debit, and for people who say, right, I want you to tell me how much I'm going to use during the year, how much I'm going to spend, and then I want to pay the same amount every month, so you don't end up having to pay a lot more in winter when you might not have more money. So what this shows is what you're paying currently per month and how that affects your end of year balance. And actually, if you wanted to change the payment amount, like, oh, I'm going to pay a little bit more, what that would do to your overall balance.
If we wanted to go here and I wanted to say, I only want to pay, let's say 100 a month.
Yep.
That would get me down here. So you notice it's a bit spiky. So I pay obviously once a month, and you've got the usage, and then that jumps up to the top. So it goes, if I'm paying 100 a month, it goes from 247 up to 347 when I pay on the first of the month. Then it goes down, up a bit, down and up.
You use the energy, so you're building up a bit of a debt with us, and then you put your payment in, so it goes up again, down, up, and then it nets out at the end of the year.
Yeah, so this is how that would be if I was paying £100 for the next year. And you'll notice that it gets down here, but at this point, the graph's about to do this again. So I probably don't want to be paying £100 for the energy in my flat, because I'd go negative. And you can see that they recommend I pay $131.42. So I might go with that. Let's say I pay $131.42. That graph now looks a bit healthier.
Now it's all about customer choice again. You might say that actually I might come into some money at the end of the year, so actually I'm going to pay a little bit less each month, and then I'm going to pay off the balance using my credit card at the end of the year. Some people want to make sure it's completely taken care of by the end of the year, but it just gives you choice. You know, what happens if I pay a little bit more? What happens if I pay a little bit less?
So there's a ton of data involved here. How do we make this prediction about the future? No one can know the future, right?
It's all based on the energy you've been using. So it works better if you have a smart meter or you're giving us regular readings, and we update it frequently. So if we know how much you're using, then we know how much you should be paying for the rest of the year to kind of net out, as it were. So if you've had a particularly heavy month where you've been, for some reason, you maybe hired the kids to bouncy castle and you use loads of energy, we might suggest that you put your payments up. You might know that actually that was unusual and your usage is going to go down again, so you might stick with where you are. But we really try and give you that most up-to-date forecast of what we think your energy will cost you based on how much you've been using.
Well, I hope this video has been really helpful for you. Please feel free to ask any more questions in the comments. Please also subscribe, because we're going to be making much more content in the future. But thank you for being a part of the Octopus family, and we will see you soon.
Thank you.